Hi. Okay, video two here. The next topic we're going to be talking about is prohibition in Canada. Okay. Prohibition is a time period in Canada and the United States where alcohol became illegal. They could not sell alcohol anywhere. Um, the rules in Canada were a little bit more lax. Okay. And they just weren't quite as strict. Um, in comparison to the United States, I mean, the United States even now has some counties in certain states that are actually still what we consider a dry county, where the sale of alcohol is still not permitted. Um, so you can Google that if you like. But really, all of this happening, this really allowed for the rise of organized crime and crime bosses and families and all of that kind of interesting stuff, and for everyday folks in Canada to make a little bit of extra money, okay, selling illegal booze. You're going to be taking a little bit of a look at that. I've got a movie here. The first 10 minutes is what I would like you to focus on here for the movie Misbehaving. Okay. So they talk about the illegal sale of alcohol and the rise of certain kinds of bootleggers. Okay. All these people selling things illegally. All right. I want you to take a look at that. All right. And then after, I want you to do this with in Pear Deck, okay? So you're going to be making a short list of, I want you to think about the concept of for or against, and we're just going to use something like junk food, okay? So follow these little prompts in Pear Deck and write this out. It doesn't need to be super grammatically correct, okay? I don't care about complete sentences. I just want you to get these thoughts out. So make a list of what you consider to be junk food, right? And you can do that in the Pear Deck response. All right, I'll be able to check them after, which is great. And then you can make a second list of what you consider to be the pros and cons of banning junk food. What would happen if the government banned it, just got rid of it altogether? And now think, what would the position of the following people be on banning junk food? So if you talk to a phys ed teacher, a doctor, teenager, or maybe a CEO of a company that makes junk food, what would their opinion be? Okay. And then take it one step further and think, how would the government enforce this? How would they actually be able to make this work? Okay, so I want you to be thinking about those things, because then if you can think through that, something like of just getting rid of junk food, then you'll be able to think through our assignment. Okay. So for this assignment, you're going to need two things. I've got them linked here in the actual content. So this you'll be doing outside of Pear Deck. You'll click on the two links and you will get this worksheet here that says Unit 2, Activity 1, Roaring 20s and Prohibition, CSI worksheet, crime scene investigation. All right, and then you're also going to get this. I'm calling it a placemat, but you can think about it. It's a really good resource, and it has tons and tons of evidence and information about people who were either for prohibition, meaning they were wet or they were dry voices, right? They want to get rid of alcohol, or the people that were against prohibition, meaning okay, so that they were they were definitely making money on things. Okay, so be thinking wet voices, dry voices, and then also go through this resource. Okay, now on your worksheet, what you have to do, first thing you have to do is you have to find four pieces of evidence on either side of people, groups of people, or specific. You can even look at some of there's posters and things on there of people who wanted prohibition. Okay, they were in favor of it, or people who were against prohibition. Okay, so I want you to list four pieces of information. You may have to. You can quote directly from it. That's okay, right? Because we're listing information here. We're not plagiarizing, right? So you can quote directly from it. That's fine. Then once you've got your information down, then you're going to answer these next two questions. Okay. Was alcohol at the time of prohibition worth it for the people involved? Okay, so think about those that profited, or maybe that those that felt they were doing a public service of getting rid of alcohol. Okay, think of these people, was fighting alcohol or being pro alcohol, was all of that, was it worth it? Okay, and then you're going to write me a paragraph with that evidence supporting your opinion. Okay, all right. We're going to go on to video three here. If you get through this before the end of the day, then you'll be moving on. And if not, that's okay too.